years as the current president of the Stonebridge Homeowners Association, a community of 600 plus homeowners, and as the past vice president of Cassie Cause, a nonprofit dedicated to raising awareness of perinatal depression. A highly respected and successful manager with more than 17 years experience in different facets of the healthcare, tourism, and manufacturing industries, Mari is currently a frontline essential healthcare worker traveling throughout the western and southern United States as a medical device trainer for a dialysis technology company. And when we were talking earlier, she says she frequently comes to Roswell to visit the hospital here. So she's familiar with Roswell and is happy to come back and speak to us today. Passionate about Albuquerque and the state of New Mexico, Mari brings hard-earned political campaign experience in fundraising, project management, data analysis, and good old-fashioned boots on the ground, door-to-door activism and marketing. During her current 2-year tenure as the Secretary of the Board of Directors of the Republican Party of New Mexico, Mari has knocked on over 1,000 doors, made thousands of calls in support of party candidates, helped plan fundraisers, helped man the successful New Mexico State Fair booth, SCC meetings, and party conventions. She was also the interim executive director of the Republican Party of Bernalillo County, assisting John Rockwell's transition to Bernalillo County Chair in September of 2021. So please help me welcome Mari Spinelli Trujillo.
Thank you, Margaret, for that great introduction. I appreciate that. My voice is a little raspy. I'm losing my voice just a little bit. I am not sick. My goodness, I am cootie-free, as far as I know, right? So, I am a lifelong resident of New Mexico, born and raised in Taos. I am Native American and Hispanic. This is really cool, I think. My many generations back, great-great-great-grandfather was the first governor of New Mexico appointed by the King of Spain. What's really neat about that, though, is my little girl, who's now in 7th grade, right? She's literally doing history right now, finishing her little finals and stuff. And they were going through New Mexico history, and she said, "Mom, we're talking about the first governor of New Mexico, Pablo de Tarata." And I'm like, "Well, honey, did you know that's your many generations back great-grandfather?" She's like, "Wow." And I'm like, "Yeah, that's really cool." And she's like, "Well, they're not painting him out to be a really good guy." And I'm like, "Well, that's politics for you." Nobody's perfect, right? Nobody's perfect. To your point, Alex, we just saw your tweet about our underwhelming midterm, elections, and I'm definitely going to talk a little bit more about that. I do like Twitter, love it or hate it. It's one of the best ways for communication and to get information out pretty quickly. So I want to go into a letter from our wonderful chairman, Steve Pierce. He did send a letter to you all, and I would like to read that to you. And then I'd like to go through a couple of points within that letter that I think you would find relevant, and Alex, that I think you might like more information on. So anyway, dear Travis County FRW, please accept my apologies for not being able to attend your monthly meeting as I have a conflict in my duties. I'm with you always in spirit, and your relentless enthusiasm to help turn New Mexico red and make our great state a better place to live and raise a family. I would like to share some thoughts with you as we look ahead to 2023 and 2024 with great confidence and excitement. First and foremost, the Republican Party of New Mexico has a newly elected board. These 8 officers offer a fresh look ahead, and they will be critical in guiding RPNM and all Republicans on a course toward success. The State Central Committee continues to choose diverse officers, 3 of whom are Hispanic, and 5 are born females, 2. This exciting mix of youth and experience will develop leaders for generations to come, and I truly believe that. This new board will provide a strong foundation for the GOP and will offer a new vision for the years ahead. I, along with the RPNM board, am committed to our important mission to get excellent and qualified candidates elected and to encourage all New Mexicans to stand with us on ideals of family, faith, and freedom. These are exciting times for us, and we will drive ahead and succeed on many levels. We are working to unite our party on many fronts. I recently spoke personally with former Secretary of State candidate Mari Trujillo and Bernalillo County GOP First Vice Chair Sarah Jane Allen, who many of you know ran for the state party chairmanship. right? We welcome the perspective and talents to move us forward. Together we will all unite our vibrant party. Turning to Mexico Red is a marathon, not a sprint. And we will continue to build our party even stronger, influence more voters, and capture important political seats, and will help change New Mexico for the better. We will always promote conservative values. And the RPNM is helping to narrow the gap in key races. Last month's election is proof that we're closer to victory. In the worst gerrymandered district in the nation, the 2nd Congressional District, just 1,300 more votes would have spelled victory for our Congresswoman Yvette Herrera. And just 3,500 more votes, what's going on here?
You'd think I'd be the microphone expert after 2 years. There we go.
There's a battery or something, right? All right, so in the worst gerrymandered district in the nation, 2nd Congressional District, just 1,300 more votes. You know what, I think it project. Can you all hear me okay?
Yes.
All right, good. All right, in the worst gerrymandered district in the nation, the 2nd Congressional District, just 1,300 more votes would have spelled victory for Congresswoman Yvette Herrera. Sorry. In the legislative races, 1,000 more votes would have meant wins in 5 more House races. And just 3,500 more votes would have given us a Republican speaker in the Mexico House. All right. In some House races, Republicans narrow the gap significantly in 2022 compared to previous legislative elections. And our vital registration effort has yielded 41,000 more Republicans than 4 years ago. Our substantial progress is also complemented by a strong RPNM election integrity program, a vital voter registration initiative, and strong Get Out the Vote project. RPNM is committed to further developing its grassroots efforts and cultivating a precinct-by-precinct program designed to get candidates elected at the crucial local level. As you can see, RPNM is ready to forge ahead toward great successes in 2022 and 2024. And from our chairman, I wish you all a very Merry Christmas and Happy New Year this holiday season. Sincerely, Steve Pierce, RPNM chairman. Okay, thank you. So let's go back to some of those points that he pointed out here. People tend to think that, oh my God, it was awful. This was awful, right? And yeah, maybe if you were, and no offense, Alex, no, I don't know your rights, so please forgive me. But in the overall arching media was there was a red wave, this is coming, this is so much, and so forth. And unfortunately, in my experience, and in my opinion, when the media is that hyped out about something, it's not gonna happen, right? I felt like expectations were way over the top, and then when it didn't happen at a local level, perhaps, and it really did, there were 3 to 4 million more Republicans that came out to vote now at this midterm than in the 2018 midterm. That's a success, right? So it really depends on how we frame what we did get, right? So here we go. Some people think, oh, my vote doesn't matter. Guys, 1,000 more votes would have given us Yvette Herrera back reelected in a heavily gerrymandered, which former Speaker of the House, Brian Egoff, specifically said at the last midterm when she won, right, that we're going to make sure she doesn't win again. And I'm paraphrasing, right? That it's out of the media. It's not like I'm lying, right? He said that. They went out after her. So this gerrymandered maps are specifically for getting rid of her, right? They also did the same thing with Jane Padron. She got redistricted to District 44, and she also lost that race in our House races. But even with all of that gerrymandering, we held the line and we gained a seat. That's a win, okay? Now, going back to it, 3,500 more votes would have given us a Republican speaker in New Mexico House. Just 3,500 more. All right, so based on the numbers from 2018 to now to 2022, we have narrowed that gap, which again is also a win, from 50 to 20 point losses to about 4 to 5 points. So we're going in the right direction, okay? And that is why the State Central Committee re-elected Steve Pierce as our chairman. We've got that plan, right? We've got a strong Get Out the Vote initiative project. We're committed to our grassroots efforts of cultivating a precinct-by-precinct program, okay? That is being communicated to all our county chairs, and all our county chairs have been being worked with and talked to, and additional trainings are coming, okay? So I'm excited, honestly. This is this is my re-election. I'm starting my 2nd term as the board secretary, and I absolutely love our team. from Steve, Amy, Letitia, myself, Donnell, Rebecca Dow, Drew Deckner, and then also Kim Kwame. Fabulous team. Not only that, our new executive committee too are a bunch of doers. Doers, people who are influencing in their communities and are actually already doing a lot of the work. We had our first board executive committee meeting last night, and we're already in talks on a lot of these items that I was talking about, and specific strategies, committees are already being formed. Okay, so I'm excited. I would say don't give in to media hype, don't get down, you know, it's all a matter of perspective. We are moving in the right direction. And to Joe's point about unity, yeah, we are working to unite the party, bring in other people who may have not been as enthusiastic about our win, and make sure that we are able to work with them as well. Everyone has a voice, and everybody has an opinion. However, the strategy to get us there is a strong one, and I'm pretty excited about it. Okay, so that's all I've got in terms of communication of what we've got going on, why we're excited moving forward, and going from there. Are there any questions? Happy to take a few questions if there are any. Any other things you want me to talk about? Excited? I'm excited. All right. Thank you.